Hey guys, welcome back to One Stop Biology. So guys, in today's video, we are going to continue with aerobic respiration and we are going to understand what exactly is tricarboxylic acid cycle, or it is also known as Krebs cycle. So we'll also see why it is known as tricarboxylic acid or Krebs cycle, and we'll understand what exactly happens during Krebs cycle. So guys, if you are new to the channel and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to it and press the bell icon to get all the notifications. And let's finish the NCERT series as soon as possible so that you can appear in your test. So, guys, please keep giving your feedbacks as in what next you want me to start with. Please do give your feedback in the comment section. And if you are understanding the topics that I'm teaching, please do like it and share it with all your friends. So guys, let's start with tricarboxylic acid or Krebs cycle. Now basically in the last video, we understood what is aerobic respiration, and we also understood what happens during aerobic respiration, right? And what we saw is that the pyruvic acid, which is prepared during glycolysis, is converted to acetyl coenzyme A, right? And carbon dioxide is released, and then we have some energy which is produced. Now let's see what happens to this acetyl coenzyme A. So basically, guys, the Krebs cycle was given by Hans Krebs, and after his surname it has been named, right? So Krebs cycle is named after the scientist Hans Krebs, right? Now let's see what happens in tricarboxylic acid cycle. So basically the tricarboxylic acid cycle starts with condensation of the acetyl group. So here condensation of acetyl group happens with oxaloacetic acid and water, right? With oxaloacetic acid and water, and this produces citric acid, right? So basically, guys, this particular reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme citrate synthase, and a molecule of coenzyme is released. Remember, a molecule of coenzyme is released, right? So let's see exactly how it happens, guys. Since it is a cyclic process, it will keep on repeating itself, basically, right? So let's see it from this cycle that you see here, from this cycle, right? Let's just elucidate and see what happens in this cycle. Okay, so first of all, we have what? We have pyruvate or pyruvic acid. This pyruvate is converted into acetyl coenzyme A. Here, coenzyme A is used. Here, carbon dioxide is released, and also energy in the form of NADH plus H plus is released, right? So basically this acetyl coenzyme A is a 2 carbon. It is a 2 carbon compound, right? Now it basically gets what we said, it gets condensed, right? So with the help of, in the presence of oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4 carbon compound, right? This is condensed into citric acid, which is a 6 carbon compound now, right? So this is a 6 carbon compound, right? Now this basically this complete process where acetyl coenzyme A and oxaloacetic acid OAA is condensed. So this happens with the help of the enzyme citrate synthase, right? And here if you will see, the coenzyme A is released, right? So again here if I make it an outside arrow, coenzyme A is released finally, right? Now let's see what happens in between. So how exactly the citric acid forms finally again an oxaloacetic acid, right? So basically again now this follows. So basically here it is forming citric acid. From citric acid, right, there will be formation of alpha ketoglutaric acid, right? So basically what happens is that citrate is isomerized first into isocitrate. So this citric acid, basically, if I talk about this citric acid, this citric acid is isomerized into isocitrate. Okay, and then it is again followed by two steps of decarboxylation, and finally it forms what? Alpha ketoglutaric acid. Okay, so citric acid forms citrate, isocitrate, and then it forms alpha ketoglutaric acid. Here again a molecule of carbon dioxide is released and energy is formed. It is produced in the form of NADH plus H plus, right? And now the product is 5 carbon product. So now it is a 5 carbon product. Now again, this alpha ketoglutaric acid, what happens here? So basically alpha ketoglutaric acid now forms succinic acid. It now forms succinic acid, right? So basically this again there will be intermediate step where it will form succinyl coenzyme A, right? Now succinyl coenzyme A is oxidized finally to oxaloacetic acid, and we'll see how, right? So basically conversion of succinyl coenzyme A, from here it is converted to succinic acid first. And when it is converted to succinic acid, again there will be a release of carbon dioxide. Again there will be formation of NADH plus H plus. Also there will be a formation of GTP. So from GDP, GTP is formed, right? So basically in a coupled reaction, यहाँ पर GTP synthesized first, right? Now this is a substrate level phosphorylation, guys. This is a 4 carbon compound, right? So from here, this succinic acid will first be converted to malic acid, which is again a 4 carbon compound, and here FAD plus will be converted to FADH2, and then malic acid will be converted to oxaloacetic acid, and again a molecule of NAD plus will be converted to NADH plus H plus, right? So guys, if you see here, there are 3 points. Here there are 3 points, 1, 2 and 3. So there are 3 points in the cycle where NAD plus is reduced to NADH plus H plus. there is one point where FAD plus is reduced to FADH2, right? Now this continued oxidation of acetyl coenzyme A via the Krebs cycle requires continued replenishment of this as well, because this is being used. Oxaloacetic acid is being used, right? Because this is the first member of the cycle. So basically continued replenishment of this oxaloacetic acid is required. That is first thing. And now guys, basically it also requires regeneration of NAD plus, FAD plus, right? From NADH and FADH2, right? So if you see an overall reaction, if I tell you that I'll show you an overall reaction, what will be the overall reaction, guys? So basically now the overall reaction will be, so it will be something like this, right? So here if you can see clearly, pyruvic acid plus 4 molecule of NAD plus 1 molecule of FAD plus 2 water molecule and ADP in the mitochondrial matrix. This is happening in the mitochondrial matrix. We have 3 carbon dioxide released, 4 NADH, 1 FADH2, and then ATP and 4H plus is released, right? So this is the complete reaction, guys. And since one more important point, since the first product which is formed is citric acid, this cycle is also known as citric acid cycle. So now we have three names for the cycle: tricarboxylic acid cycle, Krebs cycle, and citric acid cycle as well. So you should remember all three names and should not get confused that these cycles are different. So till now what we have seen, we'll just revise that once again. First we saw that glucose is broken down to what? First we saw that glucose, right? Let's write it here. Glucose is broken down to pyruvic acid. This process is glycolysis, right? Then we saw, so basically when glucose is broken down, it releases carbon dioxide and 8 molecules of NADH plus H plus and 2 molecules of FADH2, right? Now this is complete and this has been synthesized besides 2 molecules of ATP in tricarboxylic acid cycle as well. So this is broken down into pyruvic acid. This basically forms acetyl. This forms acetyl coenzyme A and it goes into a cycle, right? So this complete is what? Aerobic respiration. And this is tricarboxylic acid cycle. And what all things are formed? 8 molecules of NADH plus H plus, 2 molecules of FADH2, right? And 2 molecules of ATP as well, right? Now we have basically not discussed, how oxygen is involved. We have not yet discussed what role exactly oxygen plays in this cycle. And we always say that for aerobic respiration, oxygen is mandatory, oxygen is required, right? So let's see what is the role of oxygen is in, basically what is the role of oxygen exactly is in the process of respiration in the next video, where we are going to cover electron transport system and oxidative phosphorylation. So guys, I hope you would have understood the entire process of tricarboxylic acid cycle or Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle? If yes, please do like the video and share it with your friends. And if you have any doubt, please drop down your doubts in the comment of the video so that I can clear it off as soon as possible. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get all the notifications. Thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.